very last reason, the most important reason as to why you can't lose weight. It's because stupid. Hey, so you probably clicked on this video because you probably went through like a bunch of different just wacky diets that you found on the web, or you tried like basically everything, right? And you just can't figure out why you can't lose weight or hit your weight goals. So I brainstormed and I thought of 7 different reasons as to why it's not your reason. It's not your fault that you lose your weight, right? So here it goes, right? So number 7, you have bad genetics, right? Like some people just hold on to more fat. Like it's just not fair, right? So like some people might have more fat cells, some people have less fat cells. Some people store fat in a different way, which makes them look skinnier. So for example, maybe I have more fat cells in my stomach, whereas someone else has more fat cells in their butt, and then that's not fair because, well, I mean, they get a big ass nice butt, and I'm here with my big ass stomach. It's like, damn. Well, that's just life, right? So, I mean, what can you do, right? Number 6, all these diets, all these like keto, intermittent fasting, they're just all so unsustainable, right? It's impossible to just freaking, like, you can't live a normal life on these diets, right? Like you're cutting out such a significant portion of your diet, no carbs, or like even like carnivore diet where you can't eat anything other than meat. Like how can someone expect you not to yo-yo diet on this, not to just you lose your weight and then you just immediately gain it back? Like all these diets are just, they're impossible to sustain, and it's like following these diets just makes it so hard to lose weight, right? And that's 100% true. So that's reason number 5. Just that was reason number 6. So that's reason number 6, right? Just all these diets are out there, but they're just all not sustainable and just doesn't make sense, right? So number 5 and also number 4, I guess you kind of combine them together. But so number 6, and I guess that kind of ties, and it also kind of ties in with number 5, right? So either it's a lack of money or it's a lack of time, and it's like, how do you expect, like you like, yeah, there's a lot of people, they work 8 hours a day. After working, they have to tend to their kids. After tending to the kids, by the end of that, they only have like 1 or 2 hours to themselves, maybe less than that. In that case, it's like, oh, I have all these other chores, right? It's so hard to kind of prepare like healthy and nutrient dense foods while also having to care about price as well, right? Where do you balance time and money? Also, why is sugar-free, like whatever, somehow always 200-300% more expensive than the alternative? Normal bottle of ketchup is like 99 cents, a dollar, and then you have the sugar-free ketchup, which is like $4.50, $5. What? What? Like, how can you expect me to be on a diet when you have this type of markup? That's ridiculous. Well, I'm just paying for less sugar and more erythritol, or more stevia, or whatever, 0-calorie sweetener. As with time, right? Like, I have to work all day. I have all these other chores. I have all these other responsibilities. How am I supposed to find the time to cook the healthy meals that I need and kind of progress with my diet? It's just so hard. There's so much on my plate. So those are reasons number 5 and 4. Number 3, right? So it's just, someone's enabling you. Someone's giving you the food, and then no matter how much you ask them not to, they're still giving you like pancakes or whatever, and like you have to eat it. That's the only food you have. Like, well, they're basically just making you eat it, right? Like, and that sucks. But like, what can you do, right? It's so hard, and it's like you have to eat it because it's prepared for you. You don't want to disrespect them or whatever, and or maybe like that's the only food, and like you can't eat anything else. That's the only way you can sustain. So if it's pancakes or cereal for breakfast, then it's pancakes or cereal for breakfast, and you can't really do anything about that because it's already pre-prepared. Number 2, you're lied to. You're taught the wrong thing, right? You know, currently in the US, pizza is considered a serving of vegetables. Like, if that's something that's super outlandish. But like there's other things too, right? Like just for example, the food pyramid was funded by the dairy industry, right? You don't need dairy at all, but they're saying that it's recommended 2 to 3 servings of dairy a day. That doesn't make any sense, right? So a lot of the time it's like, oh, we're being advertised or being told all this misinformation, all these lies, and being told that, oh, this is good for you. For example, like one day they'll say, oh, carbs are good for you, eat 6 to 12 servings a day of carbs, and then the very next they'll be like, oh, carbs are bad, do keto helps you lose weight. What do you want from me, right? Like, where do you what's true, what's false, what's fact, what's fiction? It's so hard to understand, it's so hard to grasp all this information. And that's a big proponent as to why it's so hard to lose weight in our current society. It's just everything is somehow backed by money. There's like everything you have to take with a grain of salt. How many grains of salt do you have to take? Right? And oh my goodness, the very last reason, most important reason as to why you can't lose weight. It's because stupid videos like this one that are basically giving you excuses or reasons as to why you shouldn't or why you can't lose weight, why you can't live a healthy lifestyle. Okay, like halfway through this list, I was cringing at myself and just trying to figure out why do people, why? Like, okay, so let's just go through this list one at a time, right? Let's start off with the stupidest one, right? So, people enabling you, or people having cooked. I was holding back like my frustration while explaining this, trying to play devil's advocate. Okay, you can. Yes, they enable you, right? Just the same way a knife enables you to stab someone. Okay, it's you who decides whether or not you put that in your mouth. Not the knife, the food, right? So like you decide whether or not you stab someone. You decide whether or not you eat the food. You don't have to eat the food, right? You can cook yourself, right? This is like the most first world problem. I could to be honest, I wanted to have an even number 7. So then I added this one, but then I was just like cringing while I was trying to explain it. Okay. So that reason is completely out, right? Next one. Bad genetics. Yes, some people do store fat different ways, right? But not some people. It's just some people do have it easier, but that doesn't mean you can't be better. You can't better yourself, right? I'm not telling you to get to 5, 4, 3% body fat, right? Just try to like. This isn't. I'm not making this video for the bodybuilders that are trying to lose, like, get to sub 5% body fat or whatever, right? I'm just making this video for someone that's overweight or whatever, and they need to lose weight to be in a healthy lifestyle, right? And honestly, I do not believe that your genetics are so bad that you cannot live a healthy lifestyle. Okay, humans have been evolving for hundreds of millions of years, and you're telling me your genetics are somehow so good yet so bad that your body wants you to either kill itself of obesity or not have a single fighting chance to run away from a tiger or whatever. I'm sure that you have the capability and the ability to lose weight, to at least maintain a healthy lifestyle, right? As Gregory says, at least reach half your goals, and that I'm sure is possible for everyone, as long as your goals are more or less realistic. Obviously, I don't hold me up on that. Thank you. Okay. As for the no money or no time, right? Okay, so let's go to no time, right? So you have to buy all your food. It takes the same amount of time to buy a McChicken as it does to buy a salad. Okay? Going to a McDonald's takes the same amount of time as it takes to go to a McDonald's but then get a healthier option, right? Or to go to McDonald's versus going to, I don't know, like Chipotle? I don't know. What's a healthier version? Like Chipotle, I guess, is healthier than McDonald's. I assume. Insert healthy option here. Baja Fresh? whatever healthier alternative chain you have near your dwelling house, whatever, right? As for the no money, yeah, it's true, right? Like the sugar free, that's complete BS, complete bull. I do not understand that as well. But think of it like this, right? America is leading the charge in obesity, right? So why is it that only American supermarkets really hold or really carry these sugar-free products? You go to like an Asian supermarket, like a Japanese supermarket, Mexican supermarket, you never see fat-free, sugar-free anything there, right? Everything's more or less natural. And also, like when you look at meats, right? Usually fattier cuts of meat are more expensive. For example, if you look at, let's just say Wagyu, because you're some fancy boy. I wish I could buy Wagyu. Damn. But let's say Wagyu, right? There's supposed to be so much marbling, so much fat in there, right? Lamb, super fatty meat. Then you compare that to, let's say, chicken breast, or you compare that to like even like I don't know, like pork belly, compared to like pork rump, right? Or uh like New York steak or strip steak compared to like top round, right? Like top round's like the shittiest of the shittiest cuts because it's so lean, because there's no fat content in it. The money thing is not really an excuse, right? And also, what has more calories, a head of lettuce or McChicken, right? And which one costs more? McChicken costs the same amount as a head of lettuce, but a head of lettuce is this big, and a McChicken is this big. Which one's more filling, right? So there goes that argument as well. And that's with the sustainable diet thing, right? Like I've been there too, right? I've also tried the keto diet. I've tried all these different diets when I was trying to lose weight. And yeah, they are unsustainable. But that's also not really an excuse as well, right? You can take the time to find a diet that is sustainable, right? You want your diet to be a lifestyle, right? Like for example, you don't want your diet to only last 6 months. Your diet shouldn't be something that lasts only like a month, 3 weeks, maybe a year, right? If you think about it, like you think of a rabbit, right? When people say, what does a diet of a rabbit consist of? They don't say, oh, for 2 years, the rabbit will eat carrots, and then for 2 weeks, it will be on its shredding phase and only eat lettuce or something. No, the diet is something permanent, right? The diet of an animal is something permanent. The same thing should go with a human as well, right? Your diet is just what you eat. Just keep experimenting, looking for something that's sustainable, something that you like, something that you enjoy, and it won't be considered a diet anymore. It'll be, well, I mean, I guess it will be a diet, but not in the sense of, again, you know what I mean. Yeah, you'll be fine. And finally, being taught the wrong thing, like that honestly, like that, I agree with you. That is one of the key reasons that I actually sympathize with. Like, it's so BS, right? You look at freaking cereal commercials in like like early 2000s, 1990s. They'll be like, oh, Fruit Loops, part of this balanced breakfast. Fruit Loops and balanced breakfast do not go well together unless you mean unhealthy here and then healthy here, and therefore it's balanced. No, you can't. And then they'll be like, oh, and also, like, for example, nutrition labels that are lying, right? You look at, hey, I don't know if you've had Tic Tacs, right? You Google a picture of a Tic Tac. It's basically just sugar meds. Those are 0 calories per serving. Why? Because every serving is like what, 1 or 2 of those little sugar caps, and it's like you're just giving people wrong information. Like that's totally not fair. But this should not be a reason either, because you learn from failure, right? Failure is what you learn the most from. If you fall, pick yourself up, realize, oh, that was wrong. I need to switch it up. I need to change it. So, like, I'm not trying to belittle anyone. I'm not trying. I know, I get it. Like, changing your diet, it's hard, but like, This is more supposed to be trying to empowering you, right? Like, you can do it. Like, it's not the deck may be stacked against you, but no one said you can't win, right? You can you can do it, right? So screw these 7 reasons. Screw the assholes that are being like, oh, You're fine. Body positivity. Go you. Who cares if you die of obesity at the age of 26? You'll be fine. Who cares if you're like handicapped because of how much you weigh? And who cares? Just eat whatever you want. My stomach has to feel happy. You know the Lizzo thing? If you just no, screw her. That's no, okay? Like this is just a rant. Just a rant coming from a previous fat kid who was just kind of all these reasons were in my head as well. And yeah, if you need help, just comment down below. I can try to help. I don't know what I can do. I only my channel is so small. I can probably comment and respond to all of you. So yeah, good luck on your journey. I'll keep posting like low calorie dense recipes that are good and delicious that a lot of people will like. And if you have any requests, hit me up. If you have any other things, you can also hit me up just on the comments below or whatever. Alright, ciao.